What's up, guys? What's up? What's up?
Hey, let's get on. Let's run some 3v3. And as luck would have it, we saw none other than Portland Trail Blazer DeAndre Ayton. So he was running a shooting guard, two-way inside-out ISO creator. And I drew the matchup as I was Team 2K. And the first time that I was going to be in trouble, he's averaging was 15.
Let's go, let's go, let's go.
And the player introductions are wrapped up. The starting fives for both teams. As we're just about ready to get this one started. Welcome, everybody. Thanks for joining us for NBA action on 2K Sports. This is now Golden State's starting five. Up front, it's Green at the 4 with Jackson Davis at the 5. He's out there with Stephen Curry. And it's Hield in at the 3 spot. And for the Lakers, outside the wings are Reeves and James. Rui Hachimura out there with Jackson Hayes. And it's Doncic in at the 5. And we know the second night, Greg, of a back-to-back can be rough.
And the NBA has put in work trying to minimize these, but sometimes it's unavoidable. And if you have a long bench, this is when you lean into it.
Now, here's Doncic. What a tremendous game he played against the Clippers. From downtown, they get the rebound. On the wing, Reed. Here's Hayes, and Hayes throws it down.
That's what he gives you, a big-time presence on the glass.
And you know what, Greg? Once he gets his hands on it, he's not even thinking about kicking it out.
His competitiveness right now is why the teammates love him.
Now, here's Doncic after the miss from the Beast. The layup missed.
And not really much of a flow offensively yet. Only 1 of 4 from the field.
He's now 1 for 2 with that bucket.
Hello, guys.
Los Angeles is gone 0 of 2 from deep blue. And one thing the Lakers are so adept at, inverting their sets to have different players start the action.
Yeah, it takes a high level of basketball IQ to do that on the fly. It makes defending the Lakers a nightmare. You never know how they'll attack you.
Draymond Green sees that he can get out into the lane. He can run the floor with some speed.
For Los Angeles, they've gone just 1 for 5 from the field to start the quarter. Here's LeBron. It's rebounded by Golden State. Their last encounter was in the Bay Area.
And that last one came right down to the wire. The difference for me being the impact they got from their bench.
You know, without the scoring they got from that second unit, that is not the game they would have won. They needed every one of those points that they got off the bench.
The Warriors shooting that first shots from the stripe in this game.
And taking a look at the numbers on the season, they've converted about 77% of those foul shots.
That free throw good from the Beast. The Warriors have been trying to win a championship while also developing young talent. And Brent, that's a tough thing to do.
They're really hard to do because of the established players in front of you. How do you find time for guys who are going to be inconsistent and make mistakes? That coaching staff knows how important piling up every regular season win is in terms of your positioning in the playoffs. And we'll see if this year they take another stride and those guys become more comfortable in their roles to help support the stars they've had for so many years.
And here's Doncic from the arc. And again, the Lakers no good.
And close to making the defense pay for the lax coverage that time.
Here's the Beast, guarded by Doncic. Shots good by the Beast. The Beast's got 6. The Lakers off to a slow start. They trail by 6. Pass to James. To stop the run. It's hauled in by Jackson Davis. The Warriors have gone 3 of 4 from the field to start out the game. Here's the Beast. The shot is good, and so is his shooting tonight. 3 for 4.
Well, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. They keep getting it in the paint and continue to score consistently.
So timeout called here, the first for Los Angeles.
Trying to snap them out of this little slump.
Well, they can't find the net right now, and all they need, I think, is just to get one to go, get back on track.
For the Lakers, Kelly Olynyk's checked in for Jackson Hayes. Vanderbilt comes in for Hachimura. And it's Connect in for Austin Reeves. Love's checked in for the Warriors. Podziemski's coming in for the Beast. Now, here's Olynyk. He's a good contributor to his team, averaging about 10.5 points a game. And the basket is good.
And really, the improvement as a finisher is noticeable for Kelly Olynyk.
Let's check in with our reporter, David Aldridge.
Hey, Kevin, briefly spoke with J.J. Redick. We discussed Steph Curry, of course, and what he advised his team to do against him. Coach said, I told our guys that we have to be right up on him, to fight over screens and not allow him to feel comfortable out there. A huge task for any defense, and we'll see if this one is up to the challenge. Back to you, guys.
Thanks, David. Here's Doncic. Fouled in the basket by Draymond Green. And stolen by Love. And up the court come the Warriors on the break. Three-pointer, Hield. Traps in the tray.
This is as good as it gets for a first quarter in terms of shooting the basketball.
Lakers trail by 11. Astro Olynyk. We've got 1:08 left in the first. LeBron James on the wing. Covered by Hield. And there it is for him.
A monster down low. LeBron James, the rare package of skill, size, and athleticism.
Up top, Curry. Guarded by Doncic. Curry can't get it to go. And so Doncic will bring it up for the Los Angeles Lakers. 9-point game. Baseline J on the way. James, no good.
One player sometimes can drag down your offense. He seems to be an anchor here in this quarter.
Hield against LeBron. Hield. And the layup's good off the glass. Hield's got 5 points so far.
Defensively, giving up far too many open rhythm looks.
A nice shot by Doncic.
And I love how Doncic reads the floor, varies his pace, and uses every trick in the bag to get where he wants to go.
They kick it out to Green. Solid play in the low block, and that one's good. Green's got his third basket of the night.
Yeah, they have gone full throttle from the opening tip, showing no signs of letting up.
You wondered if they would take some time to find their A game. They did it at jump ball. They've been awesome.
The first quarter concludes in a double-digit lead on the scoreboard. Warriors lead by 11. The second quarter coming up right after this break, so don't go anywhere. Second quarter of basketball. This game has not exactly been neck and neck, but plenty of time left in this one. And let's get your take, guys, on this. Smith's checked in for Los Angeles. Then for the Warriors, Burks comes in for Gary Payton. And it's the Beast in for Brandon Podziemski. And Greg, you think about what they call float game. Why does that one shot earn a nickname like that?
I mean, it's a badge of respect, right? The floaters, teardrops, whatever you call them, runners, often the finishing touch to an already well-developed offensive arsenal.
Lakers trail by 13. And there's the whistle. Illegal screen.
That's going to draw a whistle every time down the floor. Not even close to being a legal screen.
Yeah, everybody saw that one. That was pretty blatant there.
Golden State's gone 3 of 5 from beyond the arc so far tonight.
Hold on, guys.
Kicks it. The verse. Passes it to the Beast. And Tiffany's a very efficient 5 for 6 on the game.
Give them credit. Offensively, they've been the more efficient team.
Yeah, that along with maintaining the pace of play right now, playing with tons of intensity.
And now we've got some time to check in from the sidelines. You got for us, DA?
Thanks, Kevin. The Beast in the last matchup against the Jazz played some quality basketball. He ended up with 15 points, and he was a two-way player, causing the opponent headaches on offense and defense. A surprise attack from a guy who's typically viewed as a role player. See if he can continue to play a larger role in tonight's game.
And we appreciate the effort. He was sensationally evident, making play after play after play.
And that's what you want. Not only was the effort there, but how about the production as well?
He can do a lot of different things, so he falls into these different roles. Which will it be tonight?
Shoot 2. The throw good one. It seems likely that the Warriors' title run under Steph Curry has probably come to a close.
I'm not going to count Steph Curry out quite yet, Kevin, but you know they have added some quality youngsters. They're trying to grow.
Holding a big 18-point lead to close the quarter. And more than anything, their three-point shooting is what sparked it. A fantastic night for long range so far. We've got more in store for you right after this. a big gap on the scoreboard. The second half begins with very different goals for these teams. One side trying to mount a comeback, one side trying to protect their lead. What can you say of the Beast? An impressive effort here today.
Definitely been challenging the defense here early on, not settling for anything outside.
And you want these kind of nights where you can start to see those openings before they happen.
In it forward for him, it's James and Hachimura. Luka Doncic out there with Austin Reed. And it's Hayes in at the pivot, manning the middle. That's who's in the game for the Lakers. Fade away. Hachimura, no good.
He wanted to keep that shot from getting blocked, but in the process, he gave it no chance of going in because of how unbalanced he was on the fade.
Gives the team such a great element, having a one guard who can get to the tip.
Certainly something every team wants to have.
Like to see that assertiveness, especially from the guy who's going to orchestrate your offense. And just because he might not be as big as some of the other guys that are on the floor, it doesn't dissuade him from getting in there and playing fearlessly on the glass.
And so it looks like the Warriors will retain possession here. And a moment now to check out who the Warriors have coming up on their schedule. On Saturday, they'll go up against the Bulls in Chicago. And then on Monday, they'll be playing against Damian Lillard and the Milwaukee Bucks.
And looking at the Mavericks matchup, it's a chance for them to come out and knock off the top dog in the league. A win there could be a big step forward for this team.
First trip to the free throw line for him tonight.
And this season, he's maintained very good form at the line, shooting at about an 83% clip.
Austin Reed. One shot.
James, he'll bring it up for the Lakers. Doncic passes to Hachimura. Down low. Reeves gets the bucket. Reeves has got his second bucket of the night.
Great pass from Rui there. You can see he likes setting up his teammate.
The pass to the Beast. Just a little over 90 seconds gone in the third quarter. That shot is no good. His fifth miss now in 12 tries. Here's Doncic. Goes back up. He lays it in. Doncic has got 7.
Once Doncic gets inside with the ball, he's halfway there. Then he just uses his strength to finish the job.
Curry outside. Knocks down the 3-ball.
Unwilling to let up even for a moment. That's his killer instinct, just fanning the flame.
And he's the guy that you want to go to right now, trying to put this one away.
And there's the foul. It'll go on Trayce Jackson-Davis. That is his first foul of the game. Dorian Finney-Smith checked in for the Lakers. Gwinnett comes in for LeBron. And then for Golden State, Kevon Looney comes in for Green. And it's Moses Moody in for Stephen Curry. Reeves the pass to Finney-Smith. And here's Doncic from the arc. Trains it from beyond the arc. 10 points for him.
And the defense has to be aggressive with Luka from range. Give him any space, and he is looking to pull.
Here's the Beast. No good from outside. Lakers trail by 18 to the middle. And it's Doncic missing. Here's the Beast. Guarded by Doncic. Yep, that one goes in there.
How about that shot? Not exactly something drawn up by the coaching staff.
Los Angeles has gone 1 of 2 from beyond the arc since coming out of the break. Fires it up. Offensive rebound.
Golden State. Trayce Jackson-Davis.
It's his first trip to the line.
Third team foul. At the line for 2, Jackson Hayes.
First free throw is good. And the Lakers making a change here. Olynyk checked in. And then for Golden State, Kevin Love's checked in for Trayce Jackson-Davis. Gary Payton comes in for Heel. And it's Brandon Podziemski in for the Beast. Hits one, then misses the second attempt from the free throw. Warriors leading by 19. Pass to Payton. Hayes with the steal. Here's Doncic. Lays it up and takes it in. Doncic has had 7 points for the quarter.
Guys, you never know what you'll see when you're watching Luka Doncic. His offensive creativity is through the roof.
Here's Payton. And Payton throws it down.
That's nice vision there. You see that pass, you make the feed before the defense has a chance to react, and that opens up a much better opportunity to score.
Near the three-point line, it's Doncic. Again, Los Angeles.
The skill of Doncic at 6'7", 230, it makes him an impossible matchup defensively.
On the wing, Payton. Pass to Looney. To the left wing. Now, Moody. He puts up decent numbers on a nightly basis, averaging about 10 points a game.
And really, that's what you want every time down the floor. A simple, high-percentage shot.
On the wing, Doncic. Here's Connect. He has 5. Podziemski grabs the board. Warriors leading by 19. There's 25 seconds left in the third. Can't cash in from close range. Passes it to Finney Smith. He dishes it to Doncic. Just 5 to shoot. Lets it go with a 3. That shot no good. And so it's the Golden State Warriors with a 19-point advantage heading into the next quarter. And it's been their rugged defense setting the tone. And don't go away. We'll be right back. A moment ago inside the huddle with head coach Steve Kerr.
The next guy, drive and kick, let it come out the wash, all right?
And Steve Kerr asking his guys to simply run their offense, share the basketball.
Yeah, and don't just settle for tossing it around the horn. Attack the defense. Play inside out when you can.
And we reach the fourth quarter in a game that may be already out of hand. So for the Golden State Warriors right now, in the backcourt, we'll see Curry and Podziemski. Out front, it's Green at the 4 with Jackson Davis at the 5. And it's Hield in at the 3.
Man, that's a lesson for the D. Fight harder on the glass.
And you just can't afford to give up second chance opportunities again and again.
To the wing on the left. Here's Connect. And it's off from three-point range.
And with the success they've had rebounding the basketball, they're right where you'd expect them to be, firmly in the driver's seat.
Here's Curry. Banked in off the glass.
Steph out there puppeteering the defense, skilled at finishing around or over inside.
They've been struggling here on
Sorry if I'm not talking that much, guys.
For sure.
And Connect gets it to go.
Such a critical part of how their offense is going to flow. Things are only working when he seems to be on the floor.
Curry finds Jackson Davis. Hammers the alley-oop through.
Well, he can be as accurate with his playmaking, Curry making a major impact with moving the ball that way.
Here's Doncic. It's rebounded by Curry. And so Curry will bring it up for Golden State. When this game is done, they'll be off to Chicago as they take on the Bulls. And they're in the thick of this long road run. That's the third of 7 straight on the road. Here's Connect. Count it good. Connect's got 5 points in the quarter.
Just throughout his career, LeBron James, we've been marveling at his passing skills. So special and makes everybody better.
Here's Jackson Davis. The rebound by James.
shot didn't fall, but that play worked well to get a good look at the basket.
Yeah, an efficient offensive possession. They found the look that they wanted, just didn't go in.
And all you got to do is look at the rebounding margin as to why they hold the lead.
Well, every time the shot goes up, guys are doing a nice job of finding bodies and making sure there's room to collect the rebound.
Back to Curry. Outside, Green. And a great assist by Curry as that one goes in. Curry's got 6 assists here tonight. Timeout called the Lakers. Brent, Draymond Green's resume speaks for itself. What's he do, though, that we may not see or appreciate?
Well, Kevin, Draymond Green does such a great job of being a connector and communicator defensively. It is remarkable the way that he can impact every position on the floor by the way he uses both his position and his voice. Forget about the offense. Draymond takes on the challenge every night defensively, and that makes him elite.
Our New Balance Player of the Game, Stephen Curry.
And tell you what, he's worked very hard to get himself in good position throughout the course of this game. And that comes across in his shooting percentage. He's hit over half his shots from the field. And that's not because he got hot as much as it's because of the effort he put in to get himself open.
Coming into this game, he'd been having a tough stretch. We all know that, but not anymore. He's back at his best, and I think it's safe to say that slump is over. We've got 1:48 left in the fourth quarter of this one. Outside, Green. Back to Curry. Takes a three. And the three ball is good.
Good strategy here from the coaching staff. Put the ball in Curry's hands and see what happens. She ends up being pretty good.
Now here's Hayes. Jackson Davis defending. And again, the Lakers no good.
I didn't see that miss coming. I mean, he's usually been money from that range. Well, guys, this was never really a contest. Just a total obliteration, if you will. And you can safely say mission accomplished now for the Warriors.
They simply ran him off the court.
They set the pace, and their transition game was executed flawlessly.
And now, on the year, this will take them to 28 wins.
And once they polish off this win, they'll be one more victory away from sweeping the season series.
And what a tremendous standout performance it was for Stephen Curry.
And the way he was able to dice up their D with his passing really made things easy for everyone else on his team.
Hayes. And he can't stop the run as he misses. On offense, here are the Warriors. They've only given him 5 points here in the fourth quarter. Pass to Podziemski. Outside Curry. Green taking his time here. Golden State needs to get off a shot. They grab their own miss. And Jackson Davis gets it to go.
But the truth is they've had control of this game.
That looks like a veteran team tonight.
Substitution on the court.
Well, it was like not even that much.
Seconds left here in the fourth quarter. And here's Doncic. So you see the Warriors taking the game here. This one was over well before the final buzzer. The fans were waiting for something to get excited about, Greg, but they never got it.
They sure did. I mean, they just rolled to this win. They made it look really easy. What an efficient performance at both ends.
And that about wraps it up. For Brent Bailey, Greg Anthony, and David Owen, this is Kevin Harlan along with our 2K Sports crew, thanking you for tuning in. We'll see you next time. Have a great evening.
They're talking music, bro. I don't know what's going on with music. Go white.
your affiliation needs here today to talk about our season sucking goods. My Elite versus Shakedowns. Guys, you're up one on that shakes.
Coming right up, the Bucks taking on the Warriors. For Milwaukee, sliding down the standings as we hit the middle of this season. Can they recover some of that lost momentum tonight? Warriors, Bucks, hits next. Welcome to 2K Sports. We have the NBA coming up. Great to have you with us. Alongside Grant Hill and Clark Kellogg, I'm Brian Anderson. We'll talk to Allie LaForce, who's on the sidelines as well. All right, checking out Golden State's opening lineup. Inside, it's Green next to Jackson Davis. Then it's Moses Moody. Then there's Stephen Curry. And it's the Beast in at the shooting guard. And for the Bucks, Lillard and Trent Jr. in the guards. Giannis plays the 4 with Portis in at center. And it's Kuzma in at the 3, the small forward. All right, Grant, as we get geared up for the home stretch, what are you looking for right now?
Well, B.A., health is #1 for me. Teams have their full allotment of players is key. As we head to the playoffs, it's about attrition. Which team can stay healthy?
So Golden State will get the first possession. Curry passes to Green. Pass to the Beast. That's going to be over and back. Not watching the line on that
one. Crap.
Now here's Trent. Guarded closely. Inside. And there's the slam. Dunk to finish it off.
Hey, when you're big capacity like Portis did there, the defense has to just tip their hat on that one.
Curry passes to the Beast. Doesn't go for him. And Grant, the combination of Giannis and Lillard, one of the most fearsome pick-and-roll tandems the league has ever seen.
You're spot on, B.A. Surround them with shooting, and you have the makings of an offensive juggernaut.
And the Bucks pushing it up now. Pushing it up now. And Kuzma, the bucket, on the assist by Antetokounmpo.
Man, what a pass that was there. He really, really relishes making the game easier for his teammates.
Curry passes to the Beast. And a nice finish on the layup.
Simple. The closer you are to the hoop, the better your chance to score.
For Milwaukee, they've gone 2 of 3 from the floor. Here's Antetokounmpo. Kuzma outside. And the foul is called. He missed it, so he's got a couple of free throws coming his way. Grant, Kyle Kuzma is a distinctive scorer who gets it done in a variety of ways.
He's especially skilled inside the painted area, but he's a capable shooter from mid-range and beyond the arc. Plus, he's someone you can rely on in the clutch.
That one misses. All right, guys, we're lucky to have Shams Charania joining us now. Our 2K insider calling in with a story. What do you got, Shams?
Thanks. Well, for the Warriors this summer, there was disappointment seeing their longtime trio broken up with the departure of Klay Thompson. But many around the league felt like with the additions they've made, this team is actually upgraded. So, guys, we'll see how they hold up in this crowded Western Conference. Do Steph Curry and Draymond Green have enough?
They'll be challenged for certain. All right, Shams, thanks for the report. Now here's Curry. Against Chicago, he was really on his game. Top of the key. Jump shot is good.
You got to appreciate the consistency. Night in and night out, he brings it.
And here's Lillard from beyond the arc. It's rebounded by Golden State.
He's got a nice feel for the crossover, but you still have to finish it off.
Out to the wing. To the middle. Here's the Beast. And unable to get the go-ahead bucket there. Milwaukee has gone 0 for 2 from outside. Curry against Trent. Curry with the block.
like that. You know, Curry, he doesn't block a lot of shots, but when he does, it gets his teammates amped up.
These are his first free throws of the game. And he makes a first. Grant, from roster to coaching changes, the Bucks have been trying to become an even more elite team.
Yeah, teams are always tinkering.
Making a change here. Just over a minute gone here in the second quarter. And the basket by Curry.
Hey, inside Curry has all the tricks. Floaters, scoop shots, fallaways, left hand, right hand. However he has to do it, he will.
Got Damian Lillard. Kyle Kuzma out there with Giannis Antetokounmpo. Then there's Gary Trent, and it's Pippen in at the 2. That's the 5 on the floor for the Bucks. And from the sideline, let's catch up with Alec.
Thanks. Well, the Beast in their last matchup against the Bulls made a big difference. He dropped in 16 points, and it wasn't just a great offensive performance for him. He excelled defensively, too. He stepped up his game tonight, and you could tell his teammates loved seeing him go to work. Guys?
Great work. Thanks for that. And there's always the chance of a carryover effect into tonight's game.
I wouldn't put it past him, but it's tough to have back-to-back performances like that. Oh, you can't bet against a guy like that. He looks like he's in a groove, focused, on top of his game. No reason that he can't keep it going.
And guys, the way this defense is getting manhandled down low, you have to wonder if they're at 100% right now.
Here's Antetokounmpo. It's rebounded by Golden State. Jackson Davis has got 6 rebounds here tonight. Trying to go for a lob there. Excellent defense and anticipation to stop it. Trent outside. Here's Lillard. There's contact, but Lillard slips through.
I love the way Lillard can contort his body ever so slightly, able to protect the ball right there.
The Beast. Off the mark there with a 3.
It's impressive how they've overcome his cold streak tonight. Everyone stepping in to fill the gap.
Antetokounmpo inside. He's covered by Curry. Antetokounmpo can't connect.
2 minutes remaining in the first half. 2 minutes.
Down low. Here's Moody. Oh, serious gut check points from Moody.
They have no answer defensively inside.
Yeah, and that's 4 straight field goals now they've allowed from point-blank range. Can't happen.
You hate to pile on, but his poor shooting night has really hurt the team.
Grant, when you look at Draymond Green's career, you think he's going to the Hall of Fame?
You know, B.A., I believe so. He's won multiple titles, and we know how impactful he has been as a defender and distributor especially. I think we'll see him in Springfield one day.
Punctuating the end of that play with an exclamation point. Lillard, a natural-born finisher.
Time called here. The Warriors decide to talk it over. Well, they put up a nice win against Chicago last time out.
And as a rule of thumb, the road can really test your team's depth. But they all...
So it's the Golden State Warriors in control with a 16-point advantage heading into the break. They've kept their concentration on limiting Damian Lillard, and it's been working. We'll be right back.
And please give up a big round of applause for your Bucks to dancing.
And as we dive into the second half, we'll find out if the next 2 quarters are any different from the first 2. So far, it's been a runaway. You got to like what we're seeing from Brandon Podziemski.
Yeah, tonight, he's done a great job of slashing through the lane and finishing.
Yeah, you know what, guys? They gave him too many free runs to the hoop in the first half. I think they've got to be a lot tougher on him, botting him up, be physical with him.
Kicking off the second half, here's Steve Kerr's 5. Inside, it's Green next to Jackson Davis. Then there's Stephen Curry, then it's Moody, and it's the Beast Beast in at the 2-guard spot.
You know, they'll take the points, but I'm sure Coach would prefer a higher percentage look next time.
Here's Antetokounmpo. And the rebound goes to the Warriors.
I'll tell you what, they rebounded the ball tremendously well. Yeah, you look across the board, it's actually sizing up, shaping up to be a great game. I mean, strong performances throughout, and they've really been strong on the glass.
You know, Clark, over the past few seasons, we've seen a historic amount of 20-point-per-game scorers in the league.
And that's a function, BA, of the overall skill level being at its all-time high in league history in my mind, but also the pace of play, the way the game is played, three-point shooting, there's scoring, there's more scoring, so more guys are scoring. And I think on top of that, it's a little easier to score because of how the game is played and officiated. It's tilted a little more in favor of the offense for the entertainment value point production. Far from an ideal start here. I mean, this half just 1 for 4 so far.
Gliding the pass to where it needed to be. Wow, a strong finish to seal the deal.
And that's an alley-oop that'll be loop-to-loop all day long on the highlight reel.
Pass to Trent for 3. Counted from distance. Trent's got 6 points in the quarter.
Excellent read from the veteran Lillard. He has a strong feel for how his teammates are open.
And here's Jackson Davis. Here's the Beast. Antetokounmpo grabs the board.
Got to move past that one. I mean, they want him to take that again. Well, you know, I hear you. That's a good look, but when you're that wide open, I think you got to knock it down.
Portis outside. Kuzma outside. From deep three-point land. It's rebounded by Golden State. Green's got 4 rebounds in the game. It's stolen by Kuzma. Oh, and a fast break for the Bucks. Antetokounmpo, pass to Portis. Good work defensively by Jackson Davis.
They really have a commanding lead, not just in points, but in rebounds as well. And what I like about it, it's been a physical brand of basketball. It's had a little sandpaper element to it. Gritty and rough, but that's how you win games.
And the Bucks call time here. All right, let's check in with Allie LaForce.
Well, the Bucks creating an elite tandem last season pairing Giannis with Damian Lillard, who said people wanted to just click right away, but when you put 2 guys together who have always had the ball in their hands, it's going to take time to learn how to play off of one another. It's about making sure we continue to grow. Yeah.
That's a good perspective, Allie. Thanks. Milwaukee. Completely new group here for the Warriors. And a look now at how the offensive approach has been going here so far for the Warriors.
They feel like they have an advantage inside, and so far they've done an excellent job exploiting it. You know, we've got to talk about how they've continued to force turnovers and turn those turnovers into points. They came out aggressive, and they've not let up.
Damian Lillard out there with Kevin Porter. Then there's Kyle Kuzma. Then it's Giannis Antetokounmpo. And it's Trent in at the 3. That's the 5 on the floor for the Bucks. Here's Antetokounmpo. Takes the 12-footer and hits it.
Giannis has added the mid-range game to his arsenal, and he's very effective from there.
No need to rush here. Take your time.
Take your time. This is where you can reset and try to get a good shot. Excellent feed from Steph Curry.
Bobby Portis is checked in for Milwaukee.
Line for the Warriors. Number 12. Shooting one.
Milwaukee has possession. It's a 10-point game. Here's Lillard. Oh, Giannis, a rim runner.
Giannis just doesn't stop working. He plays with great energy at both ends. Excellent work on the boards there.
To the paint. It doesn't go for him. Trent with the defensive
No,
effort.
come on, bro.
Pushing it up now. Lillard can't get it to go.
He hasn't been able to find his his touch this quarter. To me, it appears he's starting to lose his composure a little bit. We'll see if he can regroup and get back into a better rhythm.
He just couldn't finish the job that time. And too bad, because it was a nice look.
Kuzma outside. 1:24 left in the fourth quarter. Trent outside. Shot clock at 5. Good. And it's Lillard who picks up the assist. Lillard's got 4 assists in the game.
Their strategy has been pretty simple here in the second half. Attack from three-point range.
Certainly. I mean, they saw a weakness in the perimeter defense and took advantage of it.
That's where they'd like all their shots to come from.
Here's Antetokounmpo.
Things aren't looking good here. I mean, they need points and they need them now.
It doesn't look good, even with a quick bucket here.
Looking to end this cold spell. And Lillard gets it to go.
Clutch moments like this may as well call them game time. He'll be ready for sure.
To the inside. Here's the Beast. It's Milwaukee with a rebound.
Bad offense against bad defense. The play looked as ugly as you'd imagine.
State with the ball. Earlier in the game, they led by 19. There's the block.
Number 12. First personal foul. At the line for Milwaukee, Gary Trent Jr.
So the first one drops, and that shrinks the margin to just 4. It's both from the stripe.
Those free throws were must-haves, and he delivered. It's down to a one-possession game now.
A chance here to possibly put the game away.
They have to remain focused to get it done.
Here's the Beast. Yes!
Curry really runs the offense well. Knows exactly the time to either shoot it or give it up to his teammates.
Timeout called, the Bucks. They trail by 5. We've got 33 seconds left to play in the fourth quarter. Guys, what do you think?
They don't want to waste time here. If they can score fast enough, they can go back on D and try to get a stop instead of having to foul.
And now let's take a look at the New Balance Player of the Game.
It's almost beyond belief what he's done in this game. He's been impossible to cool off, hitting just about everything he looks at. It doesn't matter who's guarding him. He's had an answer for just about everyone.
A chance here to catch up with Allie from the sideline.
Hey guys, during that last break I heard Doc Rivers as he talked to the team. Coach delivering an inspiring message to his team saying, quote, hey, we can win this game. Believe in yourselves and battle to the end. Honestly guys, even I was a bit pumped up after hearing this one.
Thanks for that, Allie. And it's Green with the ball for Golden State. Leading by 5. And now we've got an intentional foul.
13 foul.
He drops the first one, and that increases the lead to 6.
When you talk about shot mechanics, Curry is as close as you can get to perfect. I mean, you can tell he puts a lot of work into that part of his game, and it pays off.
And so both free throws good, and it's a 7-point game.
Sensing an opportunity here to increase the lead and capitalizing on it.
Timeout called, Milwaukee. They're trailing by 7. 16 seconds left in the fourth.
For your Young Bucks dancers. Substitution on the court.
Here's Pippen. And the Bucks miss again.
It's never easy from that distance, but we see him drill those and shoot around all the time.
Well, that looked to me, guys, like a heat check, or maybe a step out of his range.
And so the Warriors take the win. Just a gutsy performance on the road.
It really was. When this one was up in the air late, they showed how tough-minded they are as a team.
And that'll wrap it up, folks. For Clark Kellogg, Grant Hill, and Allie LaForce, this is Brian Anderson. Thank you for watching. We'll see you next time.
Alright guys, thanks for watching. See you guys next time. Bye.